Yes, there are differences between state exams for journeyman electricians. Each state has its own licensing board that develops and administers the exam. These exams may differ in several ways. Firstly, different question formats may be used, such as multiple choice, essay questions, or practical exercises. Secondly, the number of questions on the exam can vary from state to state. Thirdly, there can be differences in the topics covered on the exam, with some states focusing more on certain areas of the National Electrical Code, or NEC, than others. Fourthly, each state sets its own passing score for the Journeyman Electrician exam. While it's difficult to objectively rank the difficulty of state exams, anecdotal evidence suggests that the following states have exams that are considered more challenging than others: Colorado, California, Washington, New York, and Massachusetts. There are several reasons why these states' exams may be more difficult. Firstly, the exams may have comprehensive coverage of the National Electrical Code. Secondly, they may include advanced topics such as industrial controls and motor control. Thirdly, the exams may use difficult question formats such as multiple level questions. Fourthly, the exams may have high passing score requirements. The Colorado Journeyman Electrician exam is known for its difficulty due to several factors. Firstly, it has extensive coverage of the National Electrical Code. Approximately 80% of the exam focuses on the NEC. Secondly, it includes advanced topics such as programmable logic controllers and motor drives. Thirdly, the Colorado exam is a two-part exam with a closed book section and a practical section. Fourthly, a passing score of 76% is required on both sections of the exam. To prepare for a journeyman electrician exam, regardless of the state, it's essential to take certain steps. Firstly, you should thoroughly study the National Electrical Code, or NEC. The NEC is the foundation of all electrician exams, so it's important to have a strong understanding of its requirements. Secondly, you should review the state exam specifications. The state exam specifications will outline the topics that will be covered on the exam, as well as the format of the exam. Thirdly, you should practice solving test questions. This will help you become familiar with the types of questions that will be asked in the exam and how to answer them correctly. Fourthly, you should consider taking a preparation course or working with a licensed electrician. A preparation course can provide you with valuable instruction and practice, while working with a licensed electrician can give you hands-on experience. Fifthly, you should get adequate rest and stay hydrated before and during the exam. Being well rested and hydrated will help you focus and perform your best. The NEC, or National Electrical Code, is a comprehensive set of standards for electrical wiring and equipment in the United States. It is published by the National Fire Protection Association, or NFPA, and is updated every 3 years. The NEC is adopted by most states and local jurisdictions, and it is used to ensure the safety of electrical installations. The NEC covers a wide range of topics, including general wiring requirements, wiring methods, equipment installation, and special occupancies. It is important for electricians to be familiar with the NEC in order to perform their work safely and effectively. Here are some of the key topics covered in the NEC. Firstly, general wiring requirements. These requirements cover the basic rules for electrical wiring, such as conductor sizing, overcurrent protection, and grounding. Secondly, wiring methods. These requirements cover the different ways that electrical wiring can be installed, such as conduit, cable, and raceway. Thirdly, equipment installation. These requirements cover the installation of electrical equipment, such as panels, transformers, and motors. Fourthly, special occupancies. These requirements cover the electrical requirements for special occupancies, such as hospitals, schools, and hazardous locations. The state exam specifications will outline the topics that will be covered on the exam, as well as the format of the exam. The specifications will also list the reference materials that you will be allowed to use during the exam. It is important to review the state exam specifications carefully before you begin studying for the exam. This will help you focus your studies on the most important topics and ensure that you are familiar with the format of the exam. Practicing solving test questions is an important part of preparing for the Journeyman Electrician exam. There are many resources available to help you practice, such as study guides, practice exams, and online quizzes. When you practice solving test questions, be sure to focus on understanding the concepts behind the questions, rather than just memorizing the answers. This will help you apply your knowledge to new situations and answer questions that you have not seen before. A preparation course can provide you with valuable instruction and practice for the Journeyman Electrician exam. Preparation courses are typically taught by experienced electricians or electrical instructors. They cover all of the key topics that will be covered in the exam, and they provide you with practice questions and simulated exams. Working with a licensed electrician can give you hands-on experience that will be invaluable when you take the Journeyman Electrician exam. When you work with a licensed electrician, you will have the opportunity to see how electrical systems are installed and maintained in real-world situations. You will also learn about the practical aspects of the electrical trade that are not covered in textbooks. Getting adequate rest and staying hydrated before and during the exam will help you focus and perform your best. Be sure to get a good night's sleep the night before the exam and drink plenty of water throughout the day of the exam. Avoid caffeine and alcohol, as these can dehydrate you and make it difficult to concentrate. When taking the Journeyman Electrician exam, it is important to manage your time effectively. Be sure to read each question carefully before you answer it, and don't spend too much time on any one question. If you are not sure of the answer to a question, skip it and come back to it later. It is also important to stay calm and focused during the exam. If you start to feel anxious, take a few deep breaths and try to relax. Remember that you have prepared for this exam, and you have the knowledge and skills to pass it. Here are some additional tips for passing the Journeyman Electrician exam. Firstly, know the NEC inside and out. The National Electrical Code is the foundation of all electrician exams. You should be familiar with all of the major articles and sections of the NEC. Secondly, understand the basic principles of electricity. You should have a good understanding of the basic principles of electricity, such as voltage, current, resistance, and power. Thirdly, be able to read and interpret electrical drawings. You should be able to read and interpret electrical drawings, such as blueprints and schematics. Fourthly, be familiar with common electrical tools and equipment. You should be familiar with common electrical tools and equipment, such as multimeters, wire strippers, and conduit benders. Fifthly, be able to troubleshoot electrical problems. You should be able to troubleshoot electrical problems, such as short circuits, open circuits, and ground faults. Sixthly, be able to work safely. You should be able to work safely and follow all safety procedures. Seventhly, be confident. Believe in yourself and your ability to pass the exam. Some additional information regarding the NEC. The NEC is organized into chapters, articles, and sections. The chapters cover general topics such as wiring methods, equipment, and special occupancies. The articles cover specific topics within each chapter, such as conductors, overcurrent protection, and grounding. The sections provide detailed requirements for each topic. The NEC also includes a number of tables and figures that provide additional information, such as conductor ampacities, conduit fill, and box fill. It is important to be familiar with these tables and figures. The NEC is constantly being updated to reflect changes in technology and industry practices. The latest edition of the NEC is the 2023 edition. It is important to use the latest edition of the NEC when performing electrical work. The NEC is a complex document, but it is essential for electricians to be familiar with it. By studying the NEC, you can ensure that you are performing electrical work safely and effectively. Here are some resources for learning more about the NEC. The National Fire Protection Association, or NFPA, offers a variety of resources for learning about the NEC, including books, training courses, and online resources. Many electrical supply houses also offer training courses on the NEC. You can also find information about the NEC on the internet. Here are some specific examples of how the NEC is used in electrical work. When installing electrical wiring, you must follow the NEC requirements for conductor sizing, overcurrent protection, and grounding. When installing electrical equipment, you must follow the NEC requirements for equipment installation and wiring connections. When working in special occupancies, such as hospitals or schools, you must follow the NEC requirements for special occupancies. By following the NEC, you can ensure that electrical installations are safe and compliant with all applicable codes and regulations. Understanding basic electrical principles is crucial for success in the electrical field and on the Journeyman Electrician exam. Voltage is the electrical potential difference between 2 points in a circuit. It is the driving force that pushes electrons through the circuit, similar to water pressure in a pipe. Voltage is measured in volts. Current is the flow of electrical charge through a circuit. It is the rate at which electrons are flowing, similar to the amount of water flowing through a pipe. Current is measured in amps. Resistance is the opposition to the flow of electrical current in a circuit. It is like a restriction in a pipe that slows down the flow of water. Resistance is measured in ohms. Power is the rate at which electrical energy is used in a circuit. It is the product of voltage and current. Power is measured in watts. Ohm's law is a fundamental law of electricity that relates voltage, current, and resistance. It states that voltage equals current times resistance, or volts equals amps times ohms. This law can be used to calculate any of these three values if the other two are known. Series circuits are circuits in which components are connected in a single path, so the same current flows through all components. The total resistance in a series circuit is the sum of the individual resistances. Parallel circuits are circuits in which components are connected in multiple paths, so the current is divided among the different paths. The total resistance in a parallel circuit is less than the resistance of the smallest individual resistor. Understanding these basic electrical principles is essential for understanding how electrical circuits work and for troubleshooting electrical problems. Electrical drawings are used to represent electrical systems and circuits. They provide a visual representation of how the different components of an electrical system are connected. Blueprints are architectural drawings that show the layout of a building or structure. Electrical blueprints show the location of electrical outlets, switches, lighting fixtures, and other electrical equipment. Schematics are diagrams that show the connections between the different components of an electrical circuit. Schematics use symbols to represent the different components, such as resistors, capacitors, and transistors. Reading and interpreting electrical drawings is an important skill for electricians. Electrical drawings provide the information needed to install, maintain, and troubleshoot electrical systems. Common electrical tools and equipment are essential for electricians to perform their work safely and effectively. Multimeters are used to measure voltage, current, and resistance in electrical circuits. They are an essential tool for troubleshooting electrical problems. Wire strippers are used to remove the insulation from electrical wires. They are used to prepare wires for connections. Conduit benders are used to bend electrical conduit, which is used to protect electrical wires. Hand tools, such as screwdrivers, pliers, and wrenches, are used for a variety of tasks such as tightening screws, cutting wires, and installing equipment. Power tools, such as drills, saws, and grinders, are used for more demanding tasks such as drilling holes, cutting conduit, and grinding metal. Safety equipment, such as safety glasses, gloves, and hard hats, is essential for protecting electricians from injury. Troubleshooting electrical problems involves identifying and correcting the cause of an electrical malfunction. Short circuits occur when there is a low resistance path between 2 points in the circuit that are at different voltages. This can cause a large amount of current to flow, which can damage equipment and cause fires. Open circuits occur when there is a break in a circuit, which prevents current from flowing. Ground faults occur when there is an unintended connection between a live conductor and ground. This can create a shock hazard. To troubleshoot electrical problems, electricians use a variety of tools and techniques, such as multimeters, circuit tracers, and visual inspections. Working safely is essential for electricians to protect themselves and others from injury. Always de-energize electrical circuits before working on them. Use appropriate safety equipment, such as safety glasses, gloves, and hard hats. Follow all safety procedures and regulations. Be aware of the hazards of electricity and take steps to avoid them. By following these safety precautions, electricians can minimize the risk of electrical accidents. Confidence is key to success on the Journeyman Electrician exam. Believe in yourself and your ability to pass the exam. Prepare thoroughly and practice solving test questions. Manage your time effectively during the exam. Stay calm and focused during the exam. If you are well prepared and confident, you will be more likely to pass the Journeyman Electrician exam. Remember that the specific content and difficulty of Journeyman Electrician exams can vary from state to state. Always consult the specific requirements and resources for the state where you plan to take the exam. Good luck with your exam preparation.